Now we are going to start with the water pollution. So what is water pollution? As I already told you that pollution is just the contamination, or you can say the presence of undesirable harmful substances. So likewise it is with water pollution, that the contamination of water with harmful and undesirable substances is called as water pollution. So now as we all know that water is very important source. We all need water for bathing, for brushing, for drinking, means water plays an important role. So how it is getting polluted? See, these are the few very important you can say the sources, or you can say that these are the substances which are actually polluting the water. So out of that, the first is domestic waste. As we all know that we have a certain kind of waste in our all homes and all. So what we do that we throw them, and sometimes the sewage is the waste is untreated and it gets disposed of into the water bodies. So what happens there, that how it disturbs the water then? So what happens, this domestic waste actually consists of mainly organic matter. So what happened, the microorganisms which are present in the water, they start decomposing this organic matter, and when they decompose this organic matter, it converts like when they do oxidation, they convert the organic matter into CO2, nitrates and phosphates. And for this they need the oxygen, like when they are decomposing them, they need the oxygen. So that means the oxygen level of the water just falls, and we know that whenever the oxygen level will fall in the water, obviously aquatic life will suffer. So this is what first source is, the domestic waste that actually harm the water bodies. Second we have is the industrial waste. As we all know that due to modernization, the industries are increasing day by day. So they are making very useful products for us. But as they are making the useful products, along with that we have certain harmful substances also which are liberated. So those harmful waste, they just comprise the industrial waste, and out of that what is there? It is the metal and chemical industries, which are mainly you can say contributing into the water pollution, textile industries and food processing industries. So metal and chemical industries, they are actually polluting the water, as they are their waste product is mainly coke, phenol, cyanides, acids, like this. So these all chemicals are very harmful for the aquatic life also, which is present in the water bodies, and also it is harmful for us also, because directly or indirectly it will reach us, because that is the water which reaches us, as we all need water for drinking also, right? So these are you can say these are the main products which are liberated from metal and chemical industries that can harm us. And moreover, if we talk about the textile, so as we all know that the water is something neutral. We need a neutral water, that is only a potable water which we can drink actually. So but the textile industry wastes are mainly alkaline, so they just alter the nature of the water, they make the water alkaline, and we don't need that alkaline water. And even the, you can say, the aquatic life which is present, or the aquatic plants which are present in the water bodies, they don't need that. And similarly the food processing waste is also harmful, because they also supply, you can say alter the pH of the water by adding certain acids or bases into the water. So we don't need that. So this is how it is, the industries are polluting the water bodies. Third we have is the inorganic pollutants. They are mainly the metal salts. See, we all need ions. You all know that we need a calcium ion, we need a phosphate ion, we need potassium chloride, we need sodium chloride, we need so many salts, right? They are actually, you can say, performing an important role in our body also and in plants also. But excess, side by side, we also know that excess of everything is bad. Like if any metal salts get increase up to a certain increase beyond the certain limit, to cause a certain kind of disease. So I have summed up a few for you. See, excess of iron, as you all know that iron is very important, but excess of iron can cause disease hemochromatosis, excess of fluorine can cause fluorosis, excess of chromium or nickel can cause cancers, and the mercury, if increase up to beyond a certain level, it can cause a heart disease. Cadmium can cause in hypertension, silver can cause blue-gray skin coloration. Although we need all such elements in our body, but there is a certain limit up to which we need them, and if their limit just exceeds that given value, they become harmful for us. And as you have seen that they are causing so many kind of disease in us also and in plants also. So this is the inorganic pollutants, that why the inorganic pollutants are harmful for us, or why they are, you can say that why they are how we say that they are polluting water, right? So, and we have many infectious agents also. If I say infectious agents, you all know that I am talking about the microorganisms that spread disease. So, it is mainly, we know that mainly if the sewage is not treated, it is just disposed into the water bodies, it carries many microorganisms along with it. And you know that there are so many waterborne diseases because we are all dependent on water. We need water for many reasons, right? So, those microorganisms just make the water unfit, and they are somehow directly or indirectly causing a disease, like we all know typhoid, cholera, dysentery. These are the basic diseases which are caused due to, they are waterborne disease actually, you can say, right? So these come by, from where they come from the untreated sewage. So again the infectious agents is again another cause. Next we have is the exotic organic chemicals. So under this category we have all the you can say the chemicals which we are using for any constructive manner, like we are using the fertilizers to increase the crop production, we are using the pesticides to get rid of the pests and all, we are using the weedicides to get get rid of weeds, unwanted plants that actually affect the crops. So there are so many chemicals actually we are using. So whenever these chemicals flow into the water bodies, they again cause a main disaster. How? See, whenever these chemicals get you can say move into the water bodies, so what happened, whenever their concentration increase beyond a certain limit, or they just you can say they cause a water bloom. They cause a water bloom. Now what is water bloom? Water bloom is something, excess growth of algae in water bodies. Excess growth of algae in water bodies. And how it occurs? It occurs when these chemicals get disposed into the water bodies. So when they get disposed into water bodies, they cause the excess growth of algae. And you know that this water bloom is actually harmful for us, because this water bloom, this algae actually takes up the dissolved oxygen of the water. And whenever there is no oxygen left in the water bodies, you all know that aquatic life and aquatic plants are going to suffer, right? So that means that this water bloom is causing a main harmful effect, because it is causing a eutrophication. So what is eutrophication? Eutrophication is the excess growth of algae which will take up the dissolved oxygen from the water, and as a result aquatic life is going to suffer. Even the vegetation which is there is going to suffer, because they also need oxygen for photosynthesis when there is you can say in the night time, right? So that means they are actually harming it. Next we have is the floating suspended particles. Floating suspended particles include oil, grease and all. So what happened? They actually restrict the light which enter into the water body. So fishes and all, they don't get light. When the surface get covered with oil or grease, they are not able to get that much of light in the deep inside. And moreover, you know that they actually erode the turbines also. They you can say they just plug the water filters also. So likewise they are also just disturbing the water you can say water body. Next we have is the radioactive waste. As you all know that radioactive radiations are very harmful, very harmful. So we have radioactive waste. They may be liberated from a nuclear power plant, they may be liberated from mining or refining. So there are so many sources by which we can get these kind of waste, and these wastes are actually the main reasons that they are just polluting the water body. So we need to get rid of these all sources. We need to take certain preventive measures so that our water should be a clean water, and it should not get polluted, right? The quality of the water should be high, and even the pH should remain the neutral, that is the 7. And you know that if you talk about this thing, you know that the oxygen is present in a dissolved form in water. You know that oxygen, the presence of oxygen in water plays a very important role, because if the oxygen level will fall below, then it will just inhibit the growth of fishes, and we all know that fishes are also very important. They are also a part of a biosphere or an ecosystem or a food chain. So we need that. We want every species which is existing in the earth should exist likewise. But if the oxygen level will fall, then the growth of the fishes will just get inhibited. So what are the reasons actually, if we discuss that, what are the reasons which are adding oxygen into the water bodies and what are the reasons which are extracting oxygen? So see, oxygen get dissolved in water from the atmosphere. One source is that, right? Second source is that whenever plants are doing photosynthesis, we know that in daytime they do photosynthesis. They take carbon dioxide and they release O2. So this O2 which they are releasing as a result of photosynthesis is just making the water saturated with oxygen. So these are the two sources. One is the addition of oxygen into water from atmosphere, and second is the release of oxygen from the aquatic plants as a result of photosynthesis. So these two things are adding water into the oxygen into the water bodies. Now there are so many factors which the oxygen is using.